Greetings. My name is Reverend Dr. Jeff Hood, and I'm here today with my dear friend, Lindsey Barnett. We have an interesting history. We met in an interesting way in that we attended an execution together, the execution of Scott Eizember. Scott committed a horrible crime against Lindsey and her family in that he killed her grandparents, AJ and Patsy Cantrell. It was my responsibility to be there as a friend and support to Scott as his spiritual advisor. Now, society probably looks at this friendship and says, well, that shouldn't happen. But we believe that God makes a way out of no way, and that love can push through all sorts of boundaries to bring us together. And so I wanted to invite Lindsey to just briefly remark on her experiences with the execution and all that has transpired.
Thank you, Jeff, for your kind words, and again for your friendship, because I think it's important for everyone to understand that you and I, up until that day, were basically adversaries on an issue, and mortal. I mean, just to the death, kind of opposite sides. And we sat there alone and watched the same event unfold, and our hands were tied as to whether or not we believed what was happening was okay or not. Neither one of us could change the circumstances. And I think it's important for everyone to know that we both believe, after having walked through it and witnessed it from complete opposite sides, that this process and what's happening across our nation, it solves nothing. Another murder is not the answer to how we stop what we're doing as a society to each other.
Right.
So
right.
I'm grateful for you.
I think that is, I think that's the best way of saying it. You can't teach people not to kill by killing.
Exactly. Yeah.
You can't
And
love.
if you're condemning someone and saying that there is a soul on this planet that is so lost that we should just dispose of them, what are we saying as Christians to anyone?
Right.
I'm saying there's a limit. There's a limit to where you can't come back from. That's not how my God believes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not love, not unconditional true love. That's not how we treat each other.
Right. Well, I'm thankful for you, Lindsey, and I'm also thankful that you have decided to join our campaign for Anthony Sanchez. Very much an innocent man on death row in Oklahoma. He was convicted of the rape and murder of Julie Buskin in 1996. We have come to find out that there's so much manufactured evidence in this case. We also know that before his father committed suicide last year, he confessed to the crime. He confessed that he was the one who actually killed Julie Buskin. And yet we haven't been able to get anybody in Oklahoma to take this evidence seriously. And so, I think that what I believe in, perhaps more than anything, is that political power can only do so much. Institutional power can only do so much. It is that people power, that spiritual power, that can kind of drive us to places of higher morality and higher ethics. And I hope that in the work that we do here for Anthony, that we can accomplish that. We don't have to kill Anthony.
Exactly. And we are an example of that. That is to be true. I mean, we are an example of exactly that love and understanding and belief in growing and transcending as a society. We can all come together. We don't have to be alone on the opposite side of the glass anymore. You and I have just proved that. And the fact that we already know for certain, I can tell you from firsthand experience, that the case that we watched executed together was a 2003 investigation that was done in Oklahoma. And I know how that investigation was handled.
Yeah. It's interesting how in all of these cases, it's it's such a like crapshoot who gets the death penalty. It's such
Yeah,
a crapshoot as to what counties can afford to have the investigators that can bring about the investigation necessary to pursue a death sentence, the prosecutors who have enough money to pursue death sentences, to get the experts and all these types of things. But it is my hope that people can look at me and you, Lindsey, and say, if these guys can be friends and if these guys can find common ground, then surely we can all work for life. We can all work for love, and we can all work to make this connection that we have called humanity known to all. And
yeah,
so I want to thank you, Lindsey, and we're going to keep on pushing. Again,
absolutely.
Anthony Sanchez, an innocent man on death row in Oklahoma. We're working to free him. We're working to save him, and I look forward to many more fights with you, Lindsey. And I'm just very
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we're going to win them all because at the end of the day, that's what love and God is and light. And I'm with you. I'm not going to stop fighting for this cause. I sat there and I watched a tragedy and
thankful.
it didn't heal any of my pain. And I would call anyone that lives a life out of revenge or vengeance or holding a grudge. It does not matter. All you are doing is holding poison inside of you.
Mm.
So
Amen to that. Thank you, Lindsey.